good morning to each and all who are joining us today. It's good to be back with you again as we celebrate Jesus' birthday. I'm so very glad that you've dropped in so that I can be amongst the first few folk to wish you a wondrous, joyful Christmas. Now, as I say that, I'm aware that this year's festivities are likely somewhat or a lot different than maybe your norm. I understand that, and I share in it too. For me, it's been just about a year now since I've seen my son in person, and I miss his company terribly. But I give thanks to God that he's healthy and safe, in large part because he's taking social distancing seriously and he's keeping within his bubble. Should you be watching, bud, please know that I love you and that I can't wait for you and Meg to come and visit soon. Now, if you should find that keeping your own company is just a little too isolating, I want you to know, and I want you to feel invited to reach out to me. My email address is intrim.clergy@gmail.com. intrim.clergy@gmail.com. And if you should have my phone number, by all means, use it. However you opt to reach out, I'll be more than happy for us to connect and to chat a while. For now, though, there are some other folks who want to join me in extending Christmas greetings, albeit in a number of different ways. First up, a group that really needs no introduction but are so deserving of our thanks. I speak of our voice choir. These folks, along with our music director Mitchell Cox, have been instrumental, no pun intended. Okay, yes, just a little bit. These folks have been instrumental in ensuring that music continues to be an integral part of our worship life. Soon after in-person gatherings were canceled and worship moved online, choir members rose to the challenge of using a recording program that allows them to gift their music to us. And I know you too, are very appreciative of their efforts. And so, here they are, once again, to do what they do best. Choir.
Christian friends rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Give heed to what we say. News, news, Jesus Christ is born today. Oft has before him now, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today. Good Christian friends rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye hear of endless bliss. Joy, joy, Jesus Christ was born for this. He hath opened heaven's door, and we are blessed forevermore. Christ was born for this. Christ was born for this. Good Christian friends rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye need not fear the grave. Peace, peace, Jesus Christ was born to save. All who are and all who are to gain his everlasting love. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save.
Thanks, choir. One of the things that the forced realities of this pandemic have brought about for me is a growing appreciation of how, with technology, worship can be done differently. Not necessarily by choice, I grant you, but in response to circumstances. One individual who's mastered the technology much better than and I am by far a novice, is our current moderator of the United Church of Canada, the Right Reverend Dr. Richard Bott. I invite Richard to bring greetings.
Hello, I'm Richard Bott, moderator of the United Church of Canada. I have something that I would like to say to everyone today. Merry Christmas. Really. Merry Christmas. In November, when I wrote and recorded this message, no one knew what Christmas would look like due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Would there be more restrictions, or would some restrictions be lifted? Would we be able to reunite with our faith communities, or even with our extended families? Or would these gatherings be possible only online or by phone? No one knew. But now, as you are listening, I'll bet it's pretty obvious. I'm guessing that some aspects of this Christmas will be quite different, while others will be the same. But in the midst of all of that, I want to ask you, how are you? How are you on this holy day? I hope that you are finding times of joy, moments when the love of God shines through the clouds that have appeared this year. The story of Jesus' birth is not completely a beautiful one. From angels who appear saying, "Don't be afraid," to Mary's choice to accept her pregnancy, to Joseph's wondering if he should remain with Mary, to their long march to Bethlehem, to the even longer trip to Egypt to escape the authorities. The birth of Jesus was not easy. On the contrary. But in the midst of all of these difficulties, the beautiful, amazing, and immense love of God was made tangible in a tiny little baby, a newborn child. Unto you is born this day in the city of David a child who is the Christ, the joy of God with the creation of God. How did John say it? Indeed, God did not send God's Son into the world to condemn the world, but sent him to save the world. The love of God in a touchable form, here to help us heal our brokenness. Alleluia. So I'd invite you, sing the Christmas carols, even if you don't think you can sing. Tell the story of Jesus' birth with your friends or your family, at home if it's safe, or from a distance if needful. Share the love that God has given us every moment, every day. Remind yourself and the world the message the angels proclaimed. Do not be afraid. Good news, great joy. Christ is with us now. Christ is born. Merry Christmas, beloved friends. Really, Merry Christmas. May Christ's peace be with you, always.
Thank you, moderator. Now tell me, when you think of church, what comes to mind? For me, it's people gathered, praying, praising, singing. And so, I can't pass up the opportunity for us to have our voices join together just one more time. I also can't really get enough of Christmas music. I don't much like the fact that it's been co-opted by commercialism, but when we get to sing it after the holiday, or today, for example, on the holiday, it just seems to be right in my sense of how celebrations of this nature should happen. So, I invite you to join me as we sing together, "I Saw Three Ships Come Sailing In."
I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships? All three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And what was in those ships? All three on Christmas Day in the morning. The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day in the morning. Then let us all rejoice again on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then let us all rejoice again on Christmas Day in the morning. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning, on Christmas Day in the morning.
Now, with my coffee getting cold and a present or two under the tree needing opening, it's time to wrap up our get-together and to say adieu. That is until next time. That next time is 2 days hence when we come together to worship. I promise you that service will be one that will surely delight. Enough said. I look forward to being with you then. For now, blessings on your day, however you mark it. And please do remember, if you need to have conversation, I'm just a phone call or email away. And now, to wrap this up, I want you to see just some of the folks who make up this wonderful congregation, Bridge Street United Church in Belleville. On their behalf, Merry Christmas, and bye for now.